Alright, we are going to try a Distress blended background for this super cute new stamp set by Lawn Fawn. And you'll have to forgive me, this is my first video. So, we're going to start with some grounds, and we are going to use Ground Espresso and Vintage Photo by Tim Hotlz. So, here we go. I've already got the little sponge on the bottom. And we're just gonna start in like this. And I just have it on my self-healing mats because it is super easy to clean up. Just take a wipey to it when you're done, and no mess, no fuss. You want to start your circles on the mats and work your way onto the paper so you don't get those little streaks like we just got right there. And it's definitely a learning curve. Just takes practice. So to keep from going too far up, I'm going to get another piece of paper and I'm gonna set it about where I think I want the ground to end and the sky to start. It'll help keep my fingers a little cleaner too. I'm sorry if any of that has gone out of screen there. I'm gonna come out with my lighter color. My sponge is already on there. I'm gonna recenter it though. If you get some of those streaks, don't worry too much. I mean, with enough blending, you can work them out. Clearly, it's been a minute since I have worked on my distressing, semi-blending. That was almost a mess. And then we'll just go back to that darker one. You can also tape this top paper kind of into place so it doesn't keep sliding like mine's doing right now. Alright, so there we've got a decent base for the grounds. And I'm gonna take my little sponges off of here and stick them back in the bottom. That's where I happen to store mine. Each color has their own little sponge that way. And then I'm gonna clean this up just right quick so it doesn't mix in with the next set of colors. Like I said, super easy cleanup, just a wipey. And then a paper towel. You have to excuse the tiny little footsteps, the little ones next to me wiping her spot up. So we're gonna come back in, and this time we're gonna come in with some blues. And depending on how you want, it blended. And I think we are gonna start with the blue on the bottom, and I'm gonna come down just a tiny bit so it overlaps a little and we don't end up with any white. And we are going to start with the Blueprint Sketch Blue. And we're just gonna start all over again. And again, it's clearly been a minute, as you can see by my little streak marks. But it doesn't always mean it's the end of the world. Alright, you can clearly see I'm having a little bit of a struggle with this. Am I still in frame though? If you look there, see if you can find the tins with the Lawn Fawn ink in it. They look like the, nope, they look like the little metal ones that have my Tim Hotlz, that they say Lawn Fawn on the side of it. They should be in one of these, on either side of me. Check the left top over here, but go around the back side and check. Find them? Okay, give me just a second, guys. Here, just choose one of those, please. I'm gonna let her use the other dauber, so I'm only gonna have one color at a time for this part. Ah, gotta get the sponge. There you go. Alright, I'm hoping everything is still in frame. She's gone back to making her own little scene background over there, so I kind of lost her attention, and I totally just tried to get ink off that other lid. And I might have gotten my blues mixed up on my list. As you can see, the lighter one is now in the middle instead of down at the ground where it was supposed to be. So another mess up, a slight hiccup. And we will see what we can do with that. Let's see what happens when we put our purple at the top. our wilted violet. You want to overlap those layers. So it's nice and blended and you don't have bands of color. Okay, so as you can see, most of those streaks have blended in decently. I'm going to take this lighter blue again and go back across down here at the bottom where it should have been all along. Oops. Be careful not to do that. Alright, kind of liking the way that looks. So, let's see what it looks like if we add some more of this blueprint sketch, but we add it on top of the wilted violet. Just ever so lightly up here at the corner. And across the edges.